All right. We're going to call the Copper Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District Board meeting to order. I'll let the roll call show that everyone is present, minus Mr. Lavender. Do we want to issue him an excuse?
So moved. Excuse. Oh, second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, please note Mr. Lavender is excused. He's in Boston somewhere. The minutes, C1.
Chairman, I move that we approve of the Copper Mountain Ranch CFD minutes of May 6, 2024.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, new business tonight is a public hearing on the proposed full year 25 budget of the property tax levy and consider the approval of resolution number 100.
Good evening.
District Treasurer.
Good evening, Chairman and Board. The Copper Mountain Community Facility District expenditure budget is being set for the fiscal year 24-25 at $20,006,825, which is the same amount as set forth by the district's tentative budget adopted by the board on May 6, 2024. This amount includes all costs attributable to the operational and maintenance expenses of the districts and is specifically designated to provide for the possible issuance of debt, provide the payment and the expenditures for the districts, and to establish program reserves. The required notice have been published in the local paper, and the board is being asked to adopt the FY 24-25 annual budget as final by resolution after conducting the public hearing. Expenditures of the district for the FY 24-25 are intended to be paid by property tax and possible issuance of debt, which would require a separate action of the board. On June 17, 2024, the board will be asked to approve a resolution adopting the tax levy with a property tax rate of 0.30 per $100 of total assessed value. The total levy amount is $2,573 for the district. Thank you. This concludes my presentation. At this time, I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? All right, thank you very much. Seeing no questions, then we have to approve the budget.
Resolution number.
Resolution number.
Resolution number 100,
There it
a
is.
resolution.
Such a small number.
So, okay.
Call for the resolution,
We
please.
did not call for a public hearing. It's a public hearing.
Oh, it's public hearing. Sorry. It does say public hearing right here. All right, so before we can call for the resolution, this is a public hearing for the Copper Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District. Is there anyone here who would like to address the board on this subject? Okay, seeing none, then I'll close the public hearing and we'll call for a resolution number, please, Gloria.
Resolution number 100, a resolution of the Board of Directors of the Copper Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District, Casa Grande, Arizona, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2024 through 2025.
Chairman McFarland, I move approval of resolution number 100 as presented.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Gloria, can I please get a roll call vote?
Member Huddleston,
Yes.
Member McBride,
Yes.
Member Fitzgibbons,
Yes.
Member Herman,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Edwards,
Yes.
Chairman McFarland.
Yes. All right, we'll adjourn the Copper Mountain Ranch Community Facilities District, and we will convene the Mission Royale Community Facilities District. Call the meeting to order. Let the roll call show that all board members are present, with the exception of Mr. Lavender. And would someone like to offer an excuse?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, please mark Mr. Lavender as excused.
So noted.
The minutes, C1.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Mission Royale CFD minutes of May 6, 2024.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. We'll move into new business. This is item D1. This is public hearing on the proposed full year 25 budget and property tax levy, and consider the approval of a resolution number 78.
Chairman and Board, the Mission Royale Community Facility District proposed the expenditure budget for the FY 24-25 is at $1,503,574, which is the same amount as set forth in the district's tentative adopted budget by the board on May 6, 2024. This amount includes all costs attributable to the operation and maintenance of expense of the district and the payment of debt service, providing for the payment of expenditures of the district to establish program reserves. The required notices have been published in the local paper, and the board is being asked to adopt the budget and final by the resolution after conducting the public hearing. Expenditures of the district, including the operation and maintenance, debt service, principal, and interest payments for the FY 24-25, are intended to be paid by secondary property tax revenues. On June 17, 2024, the board will be asked to approve a resolution adopting the tax levy with a property tax rate of 1.27 per $100 of assessed value, the total levy amount of $384,615 for the district. Thank you. That concludes my presentation. At this time, I'll be happy to ask or answer any questions.
Any questions? All right, seeing none, then I'll open the floor for the public hearing. If there's anyone here to address the board on the Mission Royale Community Facilities District, this is your opportunity. Yes, sir. Can you state your name and your address, please?
Mission Royale. Taxes. What in the world are we doing? When do we stop them? How much more are we going to increase them? There has to be a limit. With the way everything is going right now, I know that the expenses for the city goes up. But as we get more money, and as our value of our homes get more, we get taxed more. I mean, it's just like a boat. Goes up, goes up. We can't keep raising them, people. We're going to tax ourselves out of existence. And that is not what government was made for. Government was made to protect our freedoms, not to run us out of our homes. Even if it's $1, it's too much. If people want to give voluntarily, give voluntarily. You guys, I know what your position is here, and I know that you're here to take care of the city, but there comes a time when you have to start taking care of the people. And if the people don't matter to you anymore, find yourselves another job. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, seeing no one else, then I will call for a resolution number, please, Gloria.
Resolution number 78, a resolution of the Board of Directors of Mission Royale Community Facilities District, Casa Grande, Arizona, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2024 through 2025.
Chairman McFarland, I move for approval of resolution number 78 as presented.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Gloria, can I please get a roll call vote?
Member Huddleston.
Yes.
Member McBride.
Yes.
Member Fitzgibbons.
Yes.
Member Herman.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Edwards.
Yes.
Chairman McFarland.
Yes. All right, we'll adjourn the Mission Royale Community Facilities District, and we will convene the Post Ranch Community Facilities District. We'll call the meeting to order. Let's roll call show all members are present except for Member Lavender. Anybody like to offer an excuse?
Move to excuse.
Second.
All right, a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, please note Mr. Lavender is excused.
So noted.
C1, the minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the approval of the Post Ranch CFD minutes of May 6, 2024.
Second?
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. We do have a consent agenda item on here. Is this right?
No.
It shouldn't be consent. So this is new business?
Yes.
Okay.
That's weird.
So please note that change on the agenda.
So noted.
Threw me a loop there, Gloria. All right, item D1 is public hearing on the proposed full year 2025 budget and property tax levy and consider consider the approval of resolution number 57.
Board or Chairman and Board, the Post Ranch Community Facility District proposed an expenditure budget for the FY 24-25 is $20,900,000, which is the same as set forth in the district's tentative budget adopted by the board on May 6, 2024. This amount includes all costs attributable to the operation and maintenance and expense of the district as specifically designated to provide possible issuance of debt, provide for payment and expenditures of the district, and to establish program reserves. The required notices have been published in the local paper, and the board is being asked to adopt the FY 24-25 annual budget as final by resolution after conducting the public hearing. Expenditures of the district, including the operation and maintenance and the debt service principal and interest payments for the FY 24-25 are intended to be paid by secondary property tax revenues. On June 17, 2024, the board will be asked to approve a resolution adopting the tax levy with a property tax rate of 0.30 per $100 of assessed value. The net value assessed for the total levy of $106 for the district. Thank you. This concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions at this time.
Any questions from the board? All right. Seeing no questions from the board, this is a public hearing. So I do want to say something that these community facilities districts are districts that are typically set up for developments like Villago, like Copper Mountain, like Post Ranch, Mission Royale. And they're usually set up to help reimburse developers for infrastructure that is built for the community. And so this is a form of repayment for those investments that have been put into the ground for the community. And so a lot of these, there's really no impact because they're very small. Some of them are larger than others. And I just want to make sure that that's clear. We go through these pretty quickly and sometimes don't explain exactly what all this is about. Mr. Raines?
Mr. Mayor, members of the board, or Mr. Board Chairman, members of the board, thank you for that explanation. I do think it's 100% accurate. I would just add one component. You can typically tell the difference within the secondary tax rate and the amount of the budget that's being approved as to whether or not GO bond debt has been issued, because that typically is going to drive a higher levy, if you will. And many of these particular, we've got two CFDs that have levied bonds to reimburse for that infrastructure that you spoke about, Mayor. That is the Mission Royale CFD and the Villago CFD. Neither Post Ranch or Copper Mountain Ranch, as an example, have issued any debt because there's not been any improvements or infrastructure. But it's important to note that the lion's share of the secondary tax that is collected is used to service the debt on the bonds that are, in essence, a reimbursement to the developer for the infrastructure, the public infrastructure, I should add,
right,
that ultimately is built within that community.
Right. Thank you, Larry. All right. Seeing, this is a public hearing, so I want to open the public hearing. Is there anyone here who would like to speak to the board about the Post Ranch Community Facilities District? All right, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing and call for a resolution number, please, Gloria.
Resolution number 57, a resolution of the Board of Directors of Post Ranch Community Facilities District, Casa Grande, Arizona, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2024 through 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve resolution number 57 as presented.
Second.
All right, a motion and a second. Gloria, can I please get a roll call vote?
Member Huddleston,
Yes.
Member McBride,
Yes.
Member Fitzgibbons.
Yes.
Member Herman,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Edwards,
Yes.
Chairman McFarland.
Yes. All right, we'll adjourn the Post Ranch Community Facilities District, and we will convene and call to order the Valago Community Facilities District. Let the roll call show that all members are present,
So
with
noted.
the exception
Oops.
of Mr. Lavender. Is there anyone who
I
would
move
like
to
to?
excuse.
Okay.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Please note, Mr. Lavender is excused.
So noted.
All right, the minutes, C1.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Valago CFD minutes of May 6, 2024.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. Next item is item D, D1. This is a public hearing and new business on the proposed full year 25 budget and property tax levy, and consider the approval of resolution number 73.
Chairman and Board, the Valago Community Facility District proposed expenditure budget for the FY 24-25 is $293,680, which is the same amount as set forth in the district's tentative budget adopted by the board on May 6, 2024. The amount includes all costs attributable to the operation and maintenance expenses of the district, and is specifically designed to provide for payment of debt service provided in the payment of the expenditures of the district, and to establish program reserves. The required notice has been published in the local paper, and the board is being asked to adopt the FY 24-25 annual budget as final by resolution after conducting the public hearing. Expenditures of the district include operation and maintenance and the debt service principal and interest payments for the FY 24-25 are intended to be paid by secondary property tax revenues. On June 17, 2024, the board will be asked to approve the resolution adopting the secondary property tax with a property tax rate of 1.1190 per $100 of assessed value. The total levy amount of $257,673 for the district. Thank you. That concludes my presentation, and I'll be happy to answer any questions if there is.
Does the board have any questions? All right, seeing no questions from the board, then this is a public hearing. I'll open the meeting, the public portion of the meeting, for anyone who would like to speak to the board about the Valago Community Facilities District. All right, seeing no one, then I will close the public hearing and call for a resolution number, please, Gloria.
A resolution of the Board of Directors of Valago Community Facilities District, Casa Grande, Arizona, adopting the budget for fiscal year 2024 through 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I would move for approval of resolution number 73 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Gloria, can I please get a roll call vote?
Member Huddleston,
Yes.
Member McBride,
Yes.
Member Fitzgibbons.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Herman. Oops. I promoted you, sorry.
Members?
Yes.
Member Herman,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Edwards,
Yes.
Chairman McFarland.
Yes. All right. We'll call the meeting adjourned.